Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another HBars 4 replay. Spawn on the top left side as Team French, we have Matiz. Spawn on the bottom right side as the blue English, we have DivineDFP. So you immediately go trying to claim these fishies. Very, very nice. It's something I should do as Mongols myself. I immediately take the gear and the villagers and immediately march to the fishes, because there is a lot of food there, and it's all can be gathered up quickly as deer, large deposits in deer, but they don't have the same carrying capacity. But it still provides an X amount of food. English versus the French. Time-old enemies like the Englishmen and Scots, the Frenchmen and Scots, and the Japanese and the Scots. Scots and other Scots. Damn those Scots. They ruined Scotland. Oh wait, Chamber of Commerce. We got something a little bit different today. Very, very nice. I like to see something different. With this, his opponent may not be eyeing for Royal Knights being put on the field. Common French composition is Royal Knight and Archer. The English tend to go for man-at-arms, spearmen, and longbows. Longbows can be very useful for versus most things. We'll have a bit of trouble versus Royal Knights. Man-at-arms can be very hard to deal with, so Royal Knight's probably going to be the necessary counter. And of course, he is pulling out traders himself manually. Wait, did they change this? Access Market trains one trader for each economic research. Yep, that's still the standard trader cost. So he's mainly training traders. He can go for economic research, including the cheap ones like the wood chopping upgrade, to get out free traders. I think he already got that. Did he? He must have already got that. So now have two traders on the field. He's going heavy for early trade. We do not have wheelbarrow on the build queue for the English player. He does have, of course, the Council Hall going off some longbowmen. Has a couple spear on the build queue as well. He deploys the spear concerned about the Royal Knights. We do now have archer range to be fought up by the French as well as steel going for Royal Knights mainly. These traders, of course, they're not going to be at maximum distance, so they only be dividing not even as much as a single villager when collecting up gold. At this point in time, traders are incredibly expensive. You can of course go for the economic text to get out more additional traders. More fishes being claimed. He could pull out some additional mills, help improve the collection rate. Zogdago does get some fights there on the Royal Knight. You may want to make sure he maintains a good production of archers just in reserve to protect himself from the English advance. Scout does see a bit of arrows there, does spot the Council Hall, does spot these villagers. And now I do have a market up here as well. That's where it's going to maximize his trade. Does get inside the outpost there, get a lot of damage onto this Royal Knight. Longbow's trying to make the advance. Royal Knight charging forward. Does not have any spearmen on the front line. Now he does. I wonder. Let's switch out of caster mode. I am curious what the blue player sees, because he's probably not aware. He's not aware of the Chamber of Commerce at the moment. And now he sees a Chamber of Commerce. I wonder if that clicks his mind that he needs to start scouring the edges of the map for traders. Let's see. Free camera. What does he see? I am curious of what he's focusing on. He may have actually saw it, but not actually realize he saw it. As you can see here, he's focused on the town center. His camera angle is also more vertical, it looks like, not the traditional camera angle. That's what he's focused on up there. Does spot the Royal Knight charging forward. Does spot it taking out a villager. And now he sees him falling back. But I don't think he has not realized that he has spotted the Chamber of Commerce yet. Let's see what he sees. He sees in the top left of the map. I wonder if he actually realizes it just yet. It's the corner of your eye. He's building more stuff at home. Oops, I forgot to also turn off Back, there we go. Let's find some of these exotic doggos, the French player. Royal Knights charging forward. We'll find a handful of these spearmen, able to quickly overwhelm them. Now these Royal Knights needs to pursue these longbowmen and kill them off. There's a couple spearmen here for defense. Does get some good damage there on the Royal Knights. Does fall back there. I wonder if he has chivalry research just yet. Pierce armor now being researched by the English player. Very nice. He already has pierce damage for his longbows. Castle network of castles now activated. Right now, Blue has a larger force on the field, a little bit lower quality, but he does have items to engage those higher quality Royal Knights. He's going for more archers here. Does get some more research text going. Does have a trader there, sort of idle. I'm a bit curious about something as well. We don't see the improved lumber chopping at the moment. When you research economic tech, does it add in a trader to be queued up? I'm a little bit curious about that. How it exactly works. Is it instantaneous or does it put one in the build queue? If it puts on the build queue, can you cancel it for a bit of resources? Let's see what happens. Because I saw the lumber chopping upgrade. Yeah, it puts one in the build queue. It doesn't say it has a cost. It doesn't have a value there. Because if you were to select it right here, it says it shows a value. So it does throw a free trader into the build queue. So that's where those traders come from. They are from the economic text. It's just that you can't cancel them for resources, but you can probably just cancel them if you wanted to. Oh, Pink is now realizing he's seen the Chamber of Commerce. Now going to be trying to raid the trade line. Scout will spot it. Though the trader may have not spotted the scout. Royal Knights charging forward. Does find one of these villagers there. That wounded villager does escape onto there. Does not have textiles research just yet. Blue's not falling back. Scout will maintain this area. He definitely has seen a trader. Whether or not if the players realize he's seen a trader is another question. Royal Knights charging forward. Does get some good damage there. Royal Knights falling on back. And Scout does go down for Pink, which is important. Trader moving around. Of course, he can activate to trade for other resources to the French. We do also have the siege engineers activate or being researched by Blue. He may be eyeing to crack his opponent's front of his base with some battering rams. Doggo getting some fights there. One fast chivalry research. He does have chivalry research there, so if he falls back, he gets some good health regen. Trying to go for another outpost here from the network of castles. Longbowmen do find a good volley there. Good spotting from the scout. Town center is garrisoned up by, I think, some wounded Royal Knights, I believe. Oh, no, Chivalry's on the build queue now, so it's still on the build queue. I didn't see it here because being researched by this stable there. Hack damage now being reached by the English player. You have all of his blacksmith research. Only hack damage research right now for the French. Going for pierce armor now. And there's a chivalry healing up these Royal Knights. Though right now the French player is a top cap, bit of oversight. One trader does go down. He does of course have a handful of traders providing some extra income. Both players do not have a second town center, so these traders are important to provide extra resources. We do have this battering ram now deployed on the field. Let's throw these other Royal Knights in there. There's a lot of health regenerating Royal Knights in there. He has a lot of wounded Royal Knights. Of course, he can pop out the Royal Knights with that battering ram, which he is. And destroying these houses is actually a bit important because the French player needs those housing. These traders need to not advance in this region just yet. There's some of these berries there, a little bit inefficiently, however. Battering has set ablaze that house. He does have a bit of extra population space to work with. Traders being retasked to this side of the map, very nice. Royal Knights making their advance, trying to find another engagement against these villagers. Outposts are not upgraded at the moment. Though he does have enough Royal Knights here to force that outpost down, but he's still going to get overran by this large number of longbowmen. He just need to back out of this region, but not go too far, or else the traders will be spotted. Battering ram now hitting the town center there. I wonder if he saw that trader moving over to the right. As he got that longbowman there, this trader not getting hit by a scout, not a huge problem. This is a sizable army here.
Yes, sir.
He has 41 archers, there's currently 37 longbowmen in the field, 22 spearmen. No villagers right there. These Royal Knights receive quite a bit of beating there from this longbowman. Still moving around. Do have these spearmen and longbowmen still dancing around, and Pink is going to be eyeing for a counterattack. Blue could eye for a counterattack himself. He does have quite a bit of wood stored up, and he could perhaps supply a pair of battering rams. And we got spearmen now trying to camp that trade post there. In fact, since there's one trader there, that could give, it does go a false sense of direction for Blue. Since his traders, most of his other traders actually going to the other trade post. Ready to stay onto these archers. Pink is unable to do any sort of damage. Of course, he does have a superior number of villagers out in the field, or civilians, I should say. And thanks to the fact that a good number of traders, he will maintain some good gold income. Though the French will have much better economy with these farms as well. So overall, the economy is probably the same, because English farms are pretty good. Each one of these farms provide more food collection than deer. He's also been doing a good job of collecting up all these fishies in the center of the map. He's going to take time to torch down some of these other outposts there. Very nice. Blue Scout could go down. Does find a good volley there on that scout. Does stay alive. The outpost has been set ablaze, so given enough time, it will burn down. Blue's maintaining his army is one location, which allows Pink's smaller armies to go around and hit two different locations. However, he will have trouble defending this region. He could throw his units inside the town center to get its arrows firing. At this point in time, the arrow damage from both of the town center would be greater than the archers individually, but the attack speed probably won't be as great. But if you get a survivable fighting position, that's probably a bit better than having dead archers. So we've got a good number of traders trading along the side of the map for the French. French has a good amount of wood stored up. He may want to retask some of these guys onto other sources of resources. More battery rams going up, as well as an outpost. Pink needs to withdraw his army right now. He sees the outpost there. He probably doesn't see the battery rams just yet. But when the battery rams start pushing forward, he really would need that army in the back line. 3 battery rams not pushing way forward. He's going to have some hard time dealing with it. He has a good number of Royal Knights to fight them, but there's a lot of escort here, including the spearmen and longbowmen. Trying to regroup his force here. He has 13 Royal Knights in this region. House does go down. Does put the French player on pop cap as well. And these battery rams are sort of left alone. You could perhaps try to rush forward some villagers, try to torch them down. Longbowmen now trying to pursue this force over here. And he is mainly building traders as well. So the French player is trying to just go for a trade-based gold income. Royal Knights charging forward. One of them does get spear bracing killed off there. Archers against forward, trying to get some good damage on the longbowmen. There are more French archers here than longbowmen, plus longbowmen are higher quality than archers. Spearman now charging forward. If he's able to do the spearman, the Royal Knight's able to engage a bit better. Does get a good charge back there. Battery Ram's trying to charge forward as well, trying to draw some fire. They have a lower target priority there, so they're not doing a good job of drawing fire. But they are interrupting movement. Spearman charging forward as well, trying to stop these Royal Knights from advancing forward. But the archers just generally just aid moving forward. Royal Knight does go down. These Royal Knights trying to charge back in once again. A handful of English spearmen still remains. Both sides military are rapidly decreasing, but relatively at the same rate. Town center may want to be garrison right there. And looks like Blue's loses some fight there. Blue's reinforcements still streaming across the map, while Pink's reinforcements are here. And Pink's now trying to pursue a lot of these longbowmen. Good stutter step there. A little bit overkill, however. He may want to do stop commands rather than attack commands. Spearman charging forward as well. A lot of overkill there. And now Blue's army is falling back. Pink still has a significant army. He's going to pursue his opponent. And he does have, of course, all these traders going along the flanks. Villagers now trying to collect some of these fishies. There's actually not... That's not a great spot for a mill. A single fish deposits here. That's not quite a lot of fish. And these villagers are trying to pursue these battering rams. The French player has plenty of wood. He needs to perhaps utilize it and stop collecting it. He does have a good, not really a good amount to age up with. The English player does have a massive reserve of gold. Granted, he's been pulling out a force that doesn't require gold. He does get some man-at-arms out in the field. They do great in good large numbers, but in small numbers, it can be focused on by all the French archers. Does have his pierced armor research, as opposed to opponent's pierced damage as well, so these archers should do 2 damage per arrow. Now the French decided to collect up some of these fishies in the center of the map. And Blue does wall this region, and this map as well. The trade post in the corner of the map, so both are relatively sure this one's a little bit more close to his opponent, based on his map being, his town center being more on the right side of the map. But since he is not protecting this trade route there, he's able to get away with this trade. Pink should start eyeing to really secure up the right side of the map to make sure his trade is permanently secure. But keeping his opponent in his base is also a good way to keep your trade secure. He may also want to send over something to deal with all these wolves. Royal Institute now being pulled on the field, which of course allow him access to some advanced technologies early on. Clean up those various infrastructures in the center of the map. He's doing a good job of collecting up all these resources on the map as well, rather than relying on farms. The English player, of course, is usually incentivized to go to the farms because of how powerful they are. Especially when he gets up to the next age, or when he gets up to Imperial Age, then you basically have a very good gold generation as well. We now have the next age for the French. The English player is now going to the King's Palace. There's another town center. He's eyeing to get out some more villages. Probably going to be good. The French player has a good number of traders on the field. He may want to eye not to pull out more traders just yet, relying on any of the free traders that come out from the Chamber of Commerce. He could also torch down these palisade walls there, thinking misdirecting his opponent once again in order to think that he's trying to reestablish trade on this side of the map. But honestly, it's probably still a good idea to establish a presence on this side of the map as well, because look at the stone and gold. So Pink should try to expand over here either way. I do not have any free links to any sort of game. I don't pirate anything myself. Longbow now engaging these Royal Knights, receiving a bit of damage. Looks like going to try to charge on in. It's very congested there, which is good for ranged forces, but both players are mostly R. He does not connect with any of those longbowmen there. Those archers receive a bit of damage. Got now the veteran archer research and pierce damage being researched as well. Of course, we already got the veteran archer here. The veteran longbowman's on the way. No additional pierce damage on the build queue. Now going active for the merchant guilds there. Get some gold generation for his traders. And these forces not being pursued into this one space. Townsend is fully garrisoned, so we'll eventually get some good damage on these archers, as long as it's not hitting the Royal Knights. Spear in the Valiant Advance forward does get some damage to those Royal Knights. Royal Knights still pose a massive problem for the English player. Townsend arrows are currently doing 8 damage and 10 damage times 2. But this village is trying to run away now, but there's no more space in the town center, so they're just running to their doom. We've lost a significant number of villagers. Knight does go down. And this is probably going to be end of blue, losing so many villagers. Pink is killed for right now 36 villagers. Pink's army will be cleaned on up. Blue may stick around for a little bit longer. But now here comes the Royal Knights. Trying to hit down some of these spearmen. Blue's trying to output some crossbowmen to deal with these Royal Knights as well. Another Royal Knight does go down, takes that crossbow, spearman poking away. He does not have the Royal Bloodlines research, so it does not have increased health. More Royal Knights pushing forward, archers as well. And Blue decides to back out of the game as well, just lost too many villagers. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.